Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat.
Remember that? I remember.
Yes, Halloween. But if it's candy you want, you may want to be careful.
Here to teach us how to be healthy for Halloween is registered dietitian and author of the book Healthy Habits, Laura Cipullo. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Laura, it is Halloween. Don't we get a cheat day?
Something.
I mean, why should we choose healthier options?
Yeah.
I believe that everybody can cheat every day because all foods are okay. One of the
Like you.
So one of the principles that I really feel strongly about are eating all foods and teaching kids to eat all foods. So in the book, what we do is we have an everyday, sometimes food approach.
Now this is your book, Healthy Habits, you're speaking about, right?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So 75% of the time, we're eating nutrient-dense foods, and 25% of the time, we're eating sometimes foods. These sometimes foods are less nutrient dense. So that could be something like a piece of candy that you get on Halloween. So you need to know how to eat all foods because they're all available. And as a parent, it's also your responsibility to teach your child how to do this.
Well, even people who don't have kids, this is like an important thing to learn because we get carried away if it's not, you know, snacks or candy. It could be just desserts.
Yeah, anything.
Or other vices.
And adults eat candy too.
Exactly.
Or we drink candy, however you want to call it.
So, go ahead.
No, please.
What would you say some of the top healthy tips would be for those that don't know how to do the portion control and just say no to snacks?
Right, so use the positive food approach of 75-25 and labeling food as everyday and sometimes. If you use the good-bad mindset, you're putting a moral or value judgment on food. And what happens if you eat then a bad food? How would you feel?
Good.
It tastes delicious, but you're right, I would feel bad
People
later.
like, oh, yeah,
Right.
like, darn, I shouldn't have eaten
People
that.
usually eat a bad food and then they say, oh, I'm bad now. I might as well, just keep eating all this food.
Oh, that's true.
Right? So instead, you say some of the time, and you can have multiple sometimes foods in a day, you eat the less nutrient-dense foods. The other thing is you want to use an internal regulation system. We're not counting calories anymore. We're using hunger fullness scales. You're internally regulating. You get to decide when you're hungry and when you're full, physically full, not emotionally or behaviorally. Then you stop eating.
One of the things I heard that you should wait 20 minutes after you eat for your body to register that you're actually full before you just stuff your face with everything. It's like, oh, I'm not full yet. I'm just keep eating.
Right.
Is that right?
And that's completely right. And
Okay.
one of the other principles that we talk about in the book is eating carbs, proteins, and fats together. You want to eat all three macronutrients. People shouldn't be skipping out on one macronutrient, shouldn't be skipping meals. But it's a blood sugar thing. So if you eat carb, protein, and fat together, you actually stay full longer, and you don't have the same blood sugar roller coaster.
You know, I get that a lot when I'm trying to do healthy things and I just eat fruit all day. 'Cause it's still a lot of sugar that you're intaking in your body.
Right.
I
because
eat fruit all day, I'm wonderful.
But fruit is all carb. Fruit is all carb, right? And so, again, if you're eating too many carbs all at once, that's not going to be great for your blood sugar.
Okay.
So
Well,
for you could have peanut butter with it.
Okay, I like that.
Speaking of peanut butter, Halloween.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get ready because I want to be under the candy. Okay. On Halloween now, but you brought some healthy Halloween options. Healthy Halloween, is that even possible? What? Tell me.
What do we have
I
here?
mean, it's Halloween, so everybody should be having fun. But I think, again, some parents need to give something else because most kids or most parents are giving candy out. So what I brought here today, this is Cliff Rope stick and these Annie's fruit chews. So this is not your average fruit stick. This is actually made of real fruit. Sugar is not the first ingredient. So you can feel...
It smells good. It still smells like
you can
fruity
feel really
candy.
good about giving your kids, and they think it's candy.
It's like a fruit roll-up.
It's exactly
Is that
like
good
a
for
fruit
you?
roll-up from when we were growing up. And these are great. Yeah, they're all fruit.
Because it's using real fruit instead of all the sugar-filled candy fruits.
Right.
Okay.
And there's no like high fructose corn syrup or anything like that.
Okay, cool. What do we have here? Now,
then
who gives out
popcorn.
popcorn for Halloween?
So if you're having kids over, like we have all the kids meet at our
party.
apartment, right?
Even adults have Halloween parties,
Right.
Okay.
So when they're coming over, you can have popcorn out, especially since they're going to go have their sugar high
Wait a minute.
once they start
Where's
doing
the butter?
trick-or-treating.
Wait a minute.
So this has a
healthy.
little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt.
Oh, okay. It is actually still good.
Just remember, if you raise children from this age, you know, all the way on up, they're used to it.
What about me? I'm already broken, though. I'm already an adult.
And also, if we're used to eating food, you know, that's really sugary and salty, you can break that habit by stopping. After a while, you just become used to eating the food.
True.
Okay. So that's a great option.
I'll stop.
Then my other favorite thing here, these are Bitsy's Brainfood cookies.
They look like dog treats.
Get out of my head. I was like, are we eating dog biscuits for Halloween?
I know, right? Okay.
So these are educational because they're all in letters, and they have vegetables in them.
Really?
This has zucchini.
They taste like
This is
cookies.
Isn't that awesome?
Let me stop.
Cookies
This is
here.
Right. And it's made with whole wheat flour, and they're organic and GMO free. So
Wow.
again, another great option.
That sounds like they cost $20. How much is this?
Can I just tell you, so the point of this company is actually to have healthy food for everybody. So on average, this is about like $2.50 to $3 for a box.
Really?
Wow.
Like real cookies.
That is
Not
very
they're not real
affordable.
cookies.
Because you make a good point. A lot of times the healthier options are more expensive.
Yeah, you got to get
Right.
the pork rinds because you can't afford the kale.
Lord.
Right. So
Brian.
that's the whole purpose of these cookies is to make healthy food
Those are good.
available to all people.
What kind of cookies are these?
Now,
Bitsy's Brain Food.
These are considered like snacks, but you say use the word snacks opposed to treats.
Right.
What's the
We
difference?
never say treat because
Okay.
a treat makes it special, right? So if you say you can have a treat, someone says,
Like, "Ooh, I've been good, I've
right,
done something
been
right."
good.
Yeah.
And so they use it as a reward. Food should not be a reward.
Oh,
You know,
then I'm on the
Should-
wrong path.
Getting a massage, going, on vacation,
trying to do
that's
my
a
life.
reward.
So the
right?
ice cream and cheesecake I had this weekend was not a
Exactly.
reward?
No,
Oh, man, I'm
that
all
was
off.
not a treat.
Okay, well these
Then you're
look
not
like
eating for hunger fullness.
treats. They don't look like snacks.
So this is candy. It's a lollipop.
Okay.
Right? So you would just call it a lollipop.
Lollipop.
Right?
Okay.
Or a sometimes food.
Okay.
But actually, in such a little lollipop, there's actually calcium, oddly,
Really?
in a blow pop, and they're kosher and gluten-free. So again, something to give out to kids because a lot of kids can then eat this.
So it actually has some healthy alternatives
I refuse.
inside
I
the can.
refuse to believe you all.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
It's still a sometimes food, but
Here's an all-time food that Lola loves when she's in the office. Tell us about these.
listen, I think everybody loves Reese's peanut butter cups.
Absolutely. yes.
And the thing that's great about having chocolate and peanut butter is that the peanut butter is the protein and there's fat. So again, that helps to slow the blood sugar, right? So the kids or the adults aren't
Right.
going to have that sugar high like they would if they were just eating pure, sugar
Let me
or
make sure-
Skittles
So
or
that's
something
make
like
sure
that.
this is
Healthier
okay.
chocolate.
Again, it's just
Yeah, this is healthy.
we're giving a rationale
We're
for
throwing
why
around the
we
word
can.
healthy of it.
Right. Again, it's still sometimes food, but the goal is how do we eat all foods? And if you know you're going to be having a lot of sugar,
Right.
something like this could be more helpful because again, you're not going to be all batty with a sugar high.
Now, you bring up a good point about sugar because a lot of people, especially in the black community, have diabetes. What's the link between sugar and diabetes, and how can we counter that?
So I'm also a certified diabetes educator.
Oh.
So again, and that's why I brought something like the Reese's peanut butter cup on because again, it does have protein. So one of the important things for people to do, again, is eat consistent meals, meaning breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and plan snacks. Okay, and you want to moderate the amount of carbohydrate at the meal and at the snack. And if it's a snack, you eat 2 of the 3 macronutrients. So it would be a carbohydrate and a protein. So you would have something like apple, which is a carb.
Right.
And then the protein would be the peanut butter or nuts. Or you could have cookies and nuts. Cookies would be carb and fat, and the nuts would be the protein.
So you have it all laid out for us
It's
here.
about balance.
Yes, it's about
It's
balance.
about balance,
Okay.
right?
And you talk a lot about this in your book. Tell us about your book.
Right, so there's 8 essential nutrition lessons. Adults can use this book, they can use it for themselves, or they can use it to teach their kids, or give it to the kid's teacher for the teacher to implement, after school or as part of the curriculum. And basically it's giving you 8 essential lessons that are, going to go over everyday foods, sometimes foods, eating in a portioned manner, but using the hunger fullness. Also goes over what's the difference between a serving and a portion. Everyone thinks, oh, the package says I can have this many servings or this is a serving, so I can only eat this much, right? But just because it says, you know,
Doesn't mean
that-
have
Doesn't mean
to.
it.
Yeah.
So you
you
give
can
us
eat
the
less.
blueprint,
Right.
You give us the blueprint to eat anything we want and still look good. Is what we're saying here. Where can we buy the book?
On Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, you just put in Healthy Habits and Laura Cipullo, and you can buy the book easily.
And your new book about diabetes and cooking for diabetes as well, right?
Right, I have a book out with Prevention Magazine, and that's called the Diabetes Comfort Food Diet Cookbook. And again, that's using the same principles, but it's applying it for someone that has diabetes or wants to prevent diabetes.
Okay. Well, since I don't have diabetes, I'm going to keep eating some of these wonderful snacks that Janae
And I'm
took us
going to
to
talk
break.
to her about the alcohol and
Right.
see how that, the grown-up sugar.
And we'll be right
You're
back.
watching Arise Entertainment 360. We'll be right back.